Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is James Ramos from At the Quarter Pole, and here's my 2025 Jim Haskell pick. And my pick for the race is by Aza. Kind of let the cat out of the bag last week when I was making my Haskell pick, and I said that Aza has a good chance of winning this race. He ran a good third in the Belmont Stakes. Seems like he didn't get really good firm ground on the course at Saratoga Park that time. It's at Saratoga for the Jim Dandy. He might be better prepared. John Sherrill left the horse there to run this race and also aiming for the Trappers. That's why he's my pick. I know I'm going against the Lion again, against Sovereignty, but I'm looking for value. And just like the Haskell, I'm looking for value again. So I'm going against Sovereignty and taking Bays, who should get around 7-2. The exact that I like would be to Moplex. Moplex won the Ohio Derby at a G3. He's moving up in class into this race. He shows he could be one of the lone speeds, if the only speed in the race, and he might set it up for an upset, but I'm still taking Baeza to win the race. So my exacta pick would be Baeza over Moplex, and of course the safer bet would be Baeza over Sovereignty as the only horses I see. I know Sandman is coming back. He ran a credible third in the Preakness Stakes behind Journalism, and that race looks even better after Journalism beat his field in the Haskell, and my goodness, that was a good race. But let me not get off track again. My pick for the Jim Dandy, is by Aza in the win bet and also exacta to Moplex and Sovereignty. Now let's go on to the Haskell Stakes and what I think. He was the horse to beat, of course. I still try to beat him with Burnham Square, and Burnham Square had showed nothing. He ran an even race of less than even. It ran that Haskell in 23 and 46 and 4, and that was better than moderate pace for Burnham Square to move. He started last, he dropped far back, and as I call it, it's about an even race. He kept the same pace for much of the race and looked like he even wanted to be slower at the end. Journalism booked the bias. He beat Gosker and also Go Orientated had this beat to themselves. It was a fast pace, but not incredibly crazy pace. So Journalism bucked the bias, and you got to remember one thing you got to like about Sovereignty and Journalism: they cover the last 1/8 of a mile in incredible time because they look like their gallop out at the last 1/8 is huge. How much ground they pick up the 1/8 of a mile. The only horse I see that pick up that kind of ground was the Philly Zenyatta, how they pick up the ground in the one last furlong. So both of them had that certain unique races. If you look back between the Fountain of Youth, how Sovereignty picks up that last almost a 16th to a little less than 1/8 a mile to get River of Thames in that race. And you see how Journalism does that same thing when he won the Preakness and also today at the Haskell Stakes. So they are going to be very, very dangerous leading up to the Breeders' Cup Classic. I know I'm getting off track, but I already gave you my spill on the Jim Danny, and I like Baeza. But let's see what happens next Saturday. I'm hoping to kind of break up a cold streak lately on my picks, but I like Baeza. I have faith in this horse. I am taking the price about 80% of the time. I'll take a price over the favorite. The favorite not going to make any money not unless you put God knows how much money to win on Sovereignty. Sovereignty could regress a little bit, but that is horse racing. I like Baeza for the upset. And this is all I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon. Thank you for watching my videos. And my name is James Ramos from At the Quarter Pole, where winning and history run neck and neck. Have a good afternoon, folks.